Evaluate each expression. Write your answer in lowest terms. For part A, we have 5/8 plus 1/8. Well, they have the same denominator, and therefore we add together the numerators, 5 plus 1, and that goes over the common denominator of 8. That's equal to 6/8, but remember, we must write our answer in lowest terms, so that's equal to 3/4, because we can reduce each of these by a factor of 2. Now for part B, we have 5/9 minus 3/15. The first thing we should notice is 3/15 can be reduced. So let's write this as 5/9 minus, and each 3 and 15 can be reduced by a factor of 3, so it reduces to 1/5. Now we look for the common denominator between 9 and 5. That common denominator is 45, and therefore we need to multiply the numerator and denominator of this fraction by 5. For this fraction, we need to multiply numerator and denominator by 9. So that's equal to 5 times 5 is 25. 1 times 9 is 9, so we're subtracting 9, and we put that over the common denominator of 45. 25 minus 9 is equal to 16 over the common denominator of 45, and we need to look to see if it were to reduce. Factors of 16 are 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. For 45, it's 9 times 5 or 3 times 3 times 5. There are no common factors, so the lowest terms is 16/45. For part C, we have 3/5 times 10/21. Now remember, when we are multiplying, we look to see if we can cancel any of the numbers that are in the numerator with any of the numbers that are in the denominator. For example, 3 will divide into itself once, and 3 will divide into 21 7 times. 5 will divide into itself once, and it will divide into 10 2 times. You can see by doing so, it makes the multiplication easier. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 7 is 7, and our answer then, in lowest terms, is 2/7. Had you not canceled first and multiplied, you could then reduce that answer and eventually end up with it equaling 2/7. Now for part D, it's a division problem. 6 divided by 8/5. Remember that with division of fractions, we change it to multiplication, and we take the divisor, which in this case is 8/5, and write it as its reciprocal, in this case 5/8. Recall that when you have a whole number, it's as if there is a 1 underneath it. So we are multiplying a fraction by a fraction. We look to see if any number in the numerator will cancel with or reduce with any of the numbers in the denominator. 2 divides into 6 3 times. 2 divides into 8 4 times. Nothing else can cancel, and so now we multiply straight across. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 4 is 4. And so our answer is 15/4. For part E, we have 5/12 plus 4/9. We need to find the common denominator between 12 and 9. To do that, we would factor 12, which is 2 times 2 times 3, and write it in exponential form, 2 squared times 3. We do the same for 9. That's 3 times 3, which in exponential form is 3 squared. Now for the LCD, we take the terms, or the factors, I should say, that have the highest power for each type of factor. Now there's only one 2, and it's 2 squared, so we're definitely taking that. The 3's, we have 3 to the power of 1 and 3 squared, and therefore we take the 3 squared. Our LCD, therefore, is 2 squared times 3 squared, which is 4 times 9, which is 36. Now what we need to do is multiply the numerator and denominator of this fraction by 3, creating a 36 in the denominator. For this fraction, we need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 4, once again creating 36 in its denominator. Now that they have the same denominator, we can add together the numerators. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 4 times 4 is 16, and all of that goes over the common denominator of 36. We add together 15 plus 16, and that's 31, and that's over the common denominator of 36. 31 is a prime number, and therefore this fraction is already in lowest terms. Now let's take a look at part F. 10/13 divided by 5. Now when we're dividing fractions, we rewrite it as a multiplication problem, and we take the reciprocal of the divisor. The divisor is the whole number 5. The reciprocal of 5 is 1/5. And now we look to see if anything can be reduced in the numerator with something in the denominator. 5 divides into itself once and into 10 2 times. In the numerator then we have 2 times 1, which is 2, and in the denominator 13 times 1, which of course is 13, so our answer is 2/13.